Good evening, everyone, and welcome to yet another exciting session of Candid Media. And today we have a lot of interesting news. A lot of things are happening in West Bengal. Unfortunately, we see the worldwide, the India-wide protest of doctors. After what happened with the innocent doctor rape, and no justice is served even now. And also the fact that Mamta Banerjee, is acting like that she's not in power, and she's also protesting on the streets, where everything is under her control. And also the fact that now Rhea Chakraborty may have found her next, target, and she was seen, hanging out with this particular person. We'll be talking about that as well, and many other news. So welcome, Jay, welcome, Priya, welcome, Fenil, Smita, and each and everyone who's watching this live, as well as watching this when you have your free time. So it is over to you.
Yeah. So speaking about welcome Fenil and welcome Priya, welcome Smita, Jaya, and welcome Sharmila. So welcome to all of you. Very nice that you've joined us, and thank you for always supporting us. Now, apparently, Arshad Varsi was very upset when he saw the movie Kalki 2898 AD, and he says that he wasn't impressed at all. In fact, even just a few scenes of Kalki, and I just closed the movie because I knew that it was going to be pure BS. So I didn't even bother to give it another few seconds more. But now Arshad is also saying the same thing. He's talking about the film in a podcast with Samdish Bhatia. He first praised Amitabh Bachchan, who stars in the movie. He said he liked his character that, and I can understand that man. I swear, if we got the power, he has life banjai. So he says he is impressed by Amitabh, which I am not as well. And then he says speaks about Prabhas. He said he was extremely disappointed by Prabhas's role. Prabhas, I'm really sad. Why was he? He was like a joker. Why? I want to see a Mad Max. I want to see Mel Gibson over there. तुमने उसको क्या बना दिया या क्यों करते हो ऐसे मुझे नहीं समझ में आता. What have you made of it? Why do they do such things? I never understand. So when you try to copy Hollywood movies and you end up knowing that it is BS, I mean that's what happens, and that's what has been Arshad's also reaction to it, and many of us. Just a few seconds, and you know that this is a movie not even worth watching. Welcome, Bini. Jaya, welcome. Yes, today it has come out with stamp said by others too. Yes, Jaya is talking about the kind of sexual harassment in Malayalam film industry, which we've been speaking about for a long time. And yes, it is now on your face. So you're very correct when you say that, Jaya. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah, so coming to the next piece of news, and we have Rhea Chakraborty, on the bike with someone, and this someone is none other than
Does he have money? No, I just wanted to ask. Does he have money? Is he rich?
Of course, he's just the youngest. He's the youngest billionaire in India, Nikhil Kamath.
Yeah. Now.
So Nikhil Kamath is the owner of Zerodha. Zerodha is a brokerage company, and it is so she has got this guy, and I really wonder what this guy who's so smart in business and money and everything, how is he so foolish to date this girl of all the girls in India? So that is is there some compulsion, right, behind this relationship? Because as all of you know, there was a call recording which we covered on Candid Media, where there's clearly conversation stating that Rhea Chakraborty and someone else was managing the finances of Sushant Singh Rajput, his credit cards, his investments, what kind of cars he bought, and in that conversation everything was so clear. And in that itself, you can understand the fact that she is so materialistic, gold digger, one of the biggest gold diggers, that she only thinks about money. And she forges relationships based on money. And we all know what happened to Sushant Singh Rajput. And this is how unfortunately the law in India works very slowly. And no justice is served. And you can see the accused having a very good life, and having new relationships, getting married, and whatnot. So this is what's happening, unfortunately, because of the laws in our country. Yes.
So here, Jaidev, before you continue, what I want to ask you is that people are asking, like, why is she also not wearing a helmet? Now, the very reason is they want to show that she is Rhea, you know. And the fact is that in her very famous, the stupid series that she started, chapter 2, she, makes fun of Sushmita and says that, see, oh, you're also a gold digger. You're called a gold digger. Now, where is this gold digger going? She's going even deeper into gold digging, isn't it? Is what is obvious. That's why I asked you whether he's poor or he is rich. Because if he was poor, she would not be clinging on to his, shoulders, right? So we all know what she's after, especially after what happened to Sushant Singh Rajput when they said that she had his ATM ATM card, and how she fleeced him and used all his money for holidays to Goa and to to fund her brother's studies. So the whole family was dependent on Sushant's money. So
Yeah.
Sharmila says, actually, it's a mutual understanding for both sides. They are spoiling Indian culture. Yes. And Smriti says, what's wrong with him really? Does he know what she did to SSR? Yes. Back to you, Jim.
Yeah, and also the fact that Rhea Chakraborty had a conversation with Amir Khan on her talk show, which she promoted on Instagram. And Amir Khan was seen wiping away tears while sharing his experiences, reflecting on how this chapter 2 began. He also praised Rhea Chakraborty,
No,
acknowledging,
that is a precondition, Jaydev. So anybody
yeah,
who comes on a show has to say she is Sati Savitri, and she has been
yeah,
suffering for the last 4.5 years, and she is her reputation is so impeccable. Yeah, back.
yeah. So Amir Khan praised the way she, handled after how she was targeted at SSR's death. And so this is how she chooses the kind of guests which on her talk show. So all those who don't ask uncomfortable questions back to her, and she takes those kind of people. And you can see how, even being an outsider, that she has so much of power that she can attract the Khans to her talk shows. And she can date this the youngest billionaire in India, Nikhil Kamath. So what is in her? She has no special parents who is influential. So you can see from that, she
No,
holds
the
the reins.
fact is, Jaydev, don't forget the fact that when Sushant died, one of the calls that she made was to Amir Khan. Among all the calls that she made, one of the calls was to Amir Khan, other than AT, as we all know who is AT. So many calls to AT, and this was a call to him as well. So even the house that they were living in was Amir Khan's uncle's house. So everybody knew the inside out of how the house was designed. So there's much more to it. If only the stupid CBI used their brains and came to a complete solution. They didn't, because they are also being pressurized by someone or being paid by someone, is for sure. Because 4.5 years, if they keep quiet, that means that they don't want have any inclination to do it, because either they are scared of politicians or an underworld, or because they are being paid off, is all I can say. Amir Gagni pretending to be suffering double Gagni. No wonder. Yeah, RC is a very cunning woman. Welcome,
Welcome,
Divya.
Divya.
Yeah, and Winnie says, yes, she's a gold digger, can go to any extent to satisfy her needs. Her parents also support her. Her brother is working in a reputed ministry with the support of many ministers. So Divya says, how can a man fall in a trap of such a dangerous woman? Here, I do not think, friends, if you look at it a little more deeper, you will understand that this is not a love or this is not a relationship. She has influence over some other things as well, so which is of attraction to people of that age, so there is something else also in her, back. So that is something that we all know from the beginning what is in her bag. So what the hell is CBI even doing? She is just roaming freely. How shameful of our judiciary system. All the election fever has settled down. And also look at the fact that she's not wearing a helmet. Now in Mumbai, I think Salman Baba and Rhea Chakraborty are the ones who are ruling because they can break all the rules. It's all fine, right? So this is how it's going on. Yeah. Back to you, Jim.
Yeah. So this is Nikhil Kamath. In case people don't know, Nikhil Kamath is one of the youngest Indian billionaires who owns Zerodha,
And
and
in
you
fact,
can
he had two relationships before this. One was with Manushi Chillar, Miss World, and
yes.
also with another Purvankara, a lady by the name of Purvankara. So this is the third woman, but of course we do not know whether it's a love relationship at all. So today they don't have anything called love. That man is a smart guy, maybe just using her as an escort, probably deal with in his business is, yes, something perhaps a lot more like you meant, Winnie. There may be many other things connected to it which we really don't know because we've been studying her character very well and we know where it is all leading to. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah, a relationship with any Bollywood actress is not, just a pure, a casual relationship. There is always something, devious behind
Because
all
you
these
remember
relations.
Jaydev, yeah,
Yeah.
because you remember Jaydev, sometime back she went with Manish Malhotra to an island in Mumbai, with the bag. It was to celebrate the party of some guy who was not even known. So why was she going for the party of someone who's not even known, and that too with Manish Malhotra? Okay, so she is moving about very fast. You remember, she was also seen in photographs with Anil Kapoor's son, giving him a packet. Okay, so I'm just giving you hints as what might be, happening there. And of course, her best friends are, Farhan Akhtar and her girlfriend. So there is much more to this than just what people assume it's a boyfriend girlfriend thing. So it's just a very cute way of saying what they're doing. Okay, RCA Ministries, yes, we have already taken that. Yes, yeah. Back to you.
Yes. Coming to the next piece of news, and so this person called Mukesh Chabra, he is a casting director, and he has revealed how untrained individuals venture into acting. They go to great lengths in pursuit of work. There are so many people who are so desperate to become actors that they don't miss any opportunity in any circumstances. So one senior actor passed away, and at the funeral, a lot of actors were present. I don't know why I'm saying this, but few people attended the funeral just to make contacts. I don't understand that desperation. If you have learned a craft, you're working hard, then I respect that. You have not taken any training, you've not learned anything, you're trying to come directly, that too in situations like funerals, and it is very bad. The generation is very different. They focus more on social media rather than their craft. I've seen Rajkumar Rao struggling. I've seen Vicky Kaushal work hard. These youngsters talk about making reels, brag about their Instagram followers list. So I don't know what this guy is really talking about. This guy called Mukesh Chabra. He is living in some imaginary world where he is not revealing the fact of the casting couch, right? Where each and every actor and actress, they have to compromise themselves to all these directors, producers to get a role, especially if they're an outsider. So
Yeah. You also
what is
know,
this guy trying to prove?
yeah, yeah. So you also know that Mukesh Chabra was one of the men who came out of Sushant Singh Rajput's house after his death. So what was he doing there? And what is his connection? Okay, right. He did a film with Sushant Singh before he died, but there seems to be much more to this guy who seems a very very cunning guy, and he is the one who is in touch with all the other friends of his, whether it is Sandeep or the other person, I forget his name, another man who was very close to SSR. At least that's what he showed, and then he never came and spoke about what really happened. Okay. So, moving on to the next piece of news. The father of the postgraduate trainee doctor, Dr. Momita, who was gang raped and murdered at Arjikar Medical Hospital, has claimed that he is not satisfied with the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee. The father of the deceased doctor flagged that Chief Minister Mamta Banerjee talks about providing justice, but attempts are being made to put the common people demanding justice in jail. Now, CM Mamta Banerjee, who holds the Home and Health portfolio, and the Chief Minister's post. So there are three posts that she's holding. It's just like Devanand writing, directing, and acting in a movie. The same way, this lady is the Chief Minister. She's the Home Minister. She's the Health Minister, and she doesn't know anything, and she's protesting against herself. So she's taken a dharna against herself. Now, anybody who speaks against her is arrested. Now, a very top surgeon, heart surgeon, who spoke against this, what has happened, he has also been, summoned for arrest. So, which means nobody can protest. This lady is not going to allow anybody to protest. Nobody should say anything bad about her. If anybody speaks anything bad about her, she'll put them in jail, and she'll call her friendly, her best, the police inspector, her favorite, and say, send her a letter, send her a letter, send her a letter, send him a letter, call him to police. In which case, the whole police station is going to get filled with, social media. So, if you are scared about what people are talking, you have to examine yourself, what you're doing. As a health minister, are you doing justice? Why is the hospital being refurbished at this time when this murder has happened? Why is the proof all being wiped off, just like it happened during the Mahavikas Agadi in Sushant Singh case and in Disha Salyan's case? Everything was wiped out. Ultimately, CBI had to be called. Now, CBI is called when everything is a clean slate. Then Madam has the genius idea. I don't know who's giving her the ideas, that it is BJP who's wiped out the proof. Now, why the hell would BJP do that? BJP would try to put you in a fix, right, madam? Why would she do that? So everybody who's written about it is being now summoned by the Bengal Kolkata cops. Now, the Kolkata cops do not have any other job except to call people and tell them that you are going to be arrested because of what you wrote on social media, right? Now, if you don't write, you're okay. So, which means all the people who have gone on this protest, are living a fearful life because they do not know at what time her goons will come to the door and knock at the door. So, this is the kind of situation that is happening in West Bengal. Let me tell you one very ironic thing, and that is people have been abusing Modi ji left and right. Not even once has Modi ji on Twitter or on Facebook anywhere threatened anybody through any police. That is a true democratic leader who is not scared. He knows himself well. When a person who is ruling a state, says that everybody should be shut up, they can't say anything. They should be all, walking around with, gags on their mouth. That means there is something seriously wrong. Now, all these people, according to a lot of the alleged reports, is that many of these people have already left the country. Proof is all wiped out. Now, what are we looking at? The parents had to wait 3 hours to even look at their daughter's face or body. When they took her body, they have shown it on social media. When they took Dr. Momita's body, I was literally in tears. I cannot believe that something like this could be done to a daughter who was an excellent doctor, who was striving to, prove herself not only to her parents but also to the country. A girl who was going to expose that there was a huge racket happening in the hospital. Now, why I'm telling you this is because now there has been proof that has come out in social media that since 2001 or even before that, there have been cases of suicide, killing, and so many other things happening to the inmates of the hospital in this connection. So this has all been hushed when a girl as brave as Dr. Momita came up and she spoke about this. What happened? Another alleged report is that her car was destroyed the previous day. So they were preparing to attack her. And then they found a scapegoat in the end, who silently went with the police. I'm not saying that he's not a part of it. He would also be a part of it. He would have been paid to be a part of it. But everybody knows that this was to teach a lesson to other girls or other men who are going to expose these things, the whistleblowers. So what happened in the case of Sushant Singh Rajput and Disha Salian? They were also going to be whistleblowers. They were also going to give a press conference and going to say it, right? What happened to Sri Devi is also not a mystery anymore because she knew everything about what was happening in the underworld. She was going to expose it. What happened to Praveen Babi? She was also going to expose what happened. Okay. And what happened to Divya Bharti? Divya Bharti also was going to expose what happened to her. So now you understand. Unless the government takes a very, very strong stand on all this, what we've been talking about and what Sushant has exposed, whether it is drugs, whether it's sex trafficking, whether it's child, kidnappings and organ exchange, whatever is happening, if it is not nipped in the bud, these things will continue to happen. For 4.5, almost 4+ years, nothing has been done about the SSR case and people forgot about it and they used it as a political tool. But what has happened to Dr. Momita is exactly the same. The kind of violence that was used on Sushant Singh Rajput, on Disha Salian. What was Janvi Kukreja? Janvi Kukreja was also a victim of this, the drug scene. What happened to Jia Khan? She was also murdered. So what is happening is that if you do not take strict action and give capital punishment to these people, they will keep on coming up again like weeds. You clean the grass, but if there are weeds, they will keep coming up. You will have to remove the weeds. It's not happening because politicians are hand in glove with these people. Why the whole political brigade has been shaken up by Dr. Momita's death. Okay, Mamta is talking about Rahul, and Rahul is getting scared, and Rahul is asking her questions, and all these things are happening. Why do you get scared when you are ruling a state properly, and when you are thinking of safeguarding the women and the children of your country or your state? Why should you be scared? The first thing when an incident happens like this, you should be the first one to go out and find out what exactly happened and what are the things I can do to not only protect other women, future such incidents, but also to reassure the parents that we are going to find the culprits out. Nothing has been done. Hush. That's exactly what this photograph is showing. Don't speak about anything. Don't talk about anything. This reminds me of the three monkeys. The three famous statues. So this is something that we people have been shouting hoarse. They think that, see, we are crazy to be talking about SSR even after 4 years. SSR is not just an SSR. It is something that is going to happen every year to different people. And this has happened to Dr. Momita. It has happened to Janvi Kukreja. It has happened to Fogat, the other lady who was killed in a bar, where she went in Goa. So many people have died like this. And we keep saying that, see, it's okay. We are closing our eyes because it's not happening to us. In fact, another piece of news that I really would like to warn all of you is that there has been a very high spate of kidnappings that have been happening of Hindu children. Almost on a daily basis, about every day I hear news about very beautiful small children being missing, and most probably they are being kidnapped and trafficked. So my request to all of you is keep an eye on your neighborhood. Keep an eye on the children in your neighborhood. I'm not talking about your own children, but everybody. Be careful about any suspicious characters. They are just coming in their mobiles and taking these children and going off. Please be careful. This is very, very important. It's a very important message that all of you should tell your friends, your neighbors, and everything. There is something very eerie that's happening, and the government has still not reacted. Yes. So let me just take a few more comments, Jaidev. Welcome, Sukanya and Smita. Is there no one in this country who can bring justice? Yes. Smriti says, I can't even imagine what the girl must have gone through. My heart aches to see this. So much of injuries on her body. Good evening, cookery recipes, Ramya. So, Kishwar. Yes. In fact, Ramya, you asked, why are people joining Mamta?
It is her vote bank.
No, that is only her people. Ramya, it's not. It's just her team that's joining her, and they're all scared of her. Ultimately, everybody is scared of her, And people like her want to be the prime minister of the country. God knows where will they lead our country. Absolutely, Divya, so well said. I agree. We need to protect our children. And if you look at the children, Kishore, they are just 5 years old, 6 years old. Kids.
Yeah. So
please pay attention to this. Why can't the Honorable Supreme Court call of CM of Bengal or allow people right to recall the? Yes, this is a very, very important message that we have been talking about to the Prime Minister, the President. So we really hope something will happen, Ramya.
yeah, so the BJP have been very passive in this particular case, and in spite of so much of people on the ground, there's no president's rule imposed on Bengal. I find it very, very surprising, and I really don't know why BJP is acting so passive in these cases, and they are not taking any action. So we will have to wait and see how things.
Yeah, Smriti is saying, where is the bloody principal? He's definitely involved in the act. He's just being questioned by CBI, is what I heard, for the last 2 years. And the girls, the victims,
last 2 days, right?
Yeah, victims' lawyer has also very clearly said that this is all very well planned to cover up something, and it is going way, way beyond the hospital. There are other people involved in this, and he has said this openly to the media channels. One of the saddest moments in the history of India. Yes. And Savitri says, in this scenario, who will come out and say something? All scared of these gundas. And Vasanti says, finally, who's running the country? Judiciary, drug mafia, judiciary in slumber, no justice whatsoever. Why spend so much time electing such representatives who can't take any positive steps to rectify the image? Very well said, Vasanti and Savitri.
So that's all the news from our end for today, and we'll see you tomorrow once again. Until then, Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.